it doesn't take a big time commitment to get a good strength workout, especially with your body weight.
That's one topic I want to ask you a lot about, training frequency and training volume. So what I've noticed a lot as I started growing older after 30, and as I'm getting closer to 40 nowadays, is that, those 1.5 hour workouts that I used to do, strength workouts, I don't find a lot of value in those anymore. I feel that they're causing more friction from my joints, and they make me tired, and they take energy from my body in comparison to, let's say, doing a 20-minute workout per day. Now, that for me makes me feel a lot better. My joints feel a lot better. I have more energy, and I even get better results in terms of building muscle. And, what I've noticed is that, you can only get up to 3 quality sets per exercise, and if you do a really good warm-up, maybe even 2, like really good quality sets, close to technical failure, perfect form. And one thing I've noticed is that after 30, high frequency in small dosages, of course, works a lot better than doing like 2 sessions per week where you're, completely blasting your body. You're doing a ton of sets. And there's even research on this topic, showing that there's what's it called? There's a precision quality volume threshold, that, research shows that that's somewhere around 5 sets or even more. But I would say for people 35 and above, I wouldn't say that that's more than 3 sets or even 2 sets if you warm up really good. So what is your opinion on that?
Well, there was recent research by James Fisher that showed that whether you do 1 set, 2, 3, 4, or 5, it was almost the same exact result. That even 1 set, all out, the momentary failure, was just as good as doing 3, 4, or 5 sets.
Yeah.
So for me, I'll usually do, 1 set to failure. But I don't need to warm up because the first repetition of the set is like a warm up, and it's done very slowly, very high tension. And because I'm moving very slowly, my 1 set would be like 3 normal. What most people do is 3 normal sets.
Yeah.
Because for example, my time under load the other day for a set of pull-ups, I only did 4 reps, but 10 seconds up, hold 2 seconds, 10 seconds down. It was over 90 seconds. And I see people jump up and do 20 pull-ups, and it takes them 40 seconds to do 20 pull-ups.
Yeah.
So my 4 reps was like 20 pull-ups.
Yeah.
Time under load, because that's the single most important factor. It seems from what I've read and what I've studied that once you've been training for about 5 years, pretty much you've reached your genetic limit. You're not going to get more muscular. You're not going to get stronger. And now you're going to hold on to what you've built. And it's different for different people, but I would say 3 to 5 years, you pretty much have achieved whatever you're going to achieve. Now it's a matter of holding on to it. And holding on to it is a little easier than building it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as frequency, the harder you train, the less training you need. I mean, if you really sandblast yourself hard, even 1 workout a week might be enough, depending on what else you do. Yeah. Now, remember, I'm coming from jiu-jitsu and submission wrestling. That's very strenuous. Mm-hmm. So for guys that involved with a strenuous sport like that, maybe one strength workout a week is enough.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of guys really burn out bad. And if you're just basically an office worker or someone that doesn't have a strenuous job, for sure you can work out 2 or 3 times a week. Absolutely. And I'm with you. If the workout's taking more than 40 minutes, it's too much. And in many cases, I've had my best workouts 20 to 30 minutes, not rushing the workout, but not resting between movements. Wow, it's tremendous cardio. For example, the other day I did pull-ups, pike push-ups, bodyweight squats. Then I did bodyweight rows, regular push-ups, and isometric deadlift. Then I worked my set of abdominals, and I did my neck, both front and back, my grip, and then I finished with my calves and my shins. Most people don't work their shins. Whole workout was about almost a little under 30 minutes, about 27 minutes. But the main portion was done about 15 minutes. Everyone has enough time to do that.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the reason I like high frequency and really small dosages is because, first of all, that's a good way to make sure that you move every day. And, as long as you change a little bit the angle. So, I mean, if I did today pull-ups, I wouldn't do pull-ups tomorrow again. I would do inverted rows. So, that would be fine as long as I did.
Or maybe pushing. Alternating a pulling day with a pushing day.
Yeah, that as well. But I find as long as I stick to 3 sets, with really good form, as you say, form, intensity of effort, and time under tension are crucial. As long as I focus on these and I do like 4 exercises per workout, I can train every day. That way I make sure I move every day. I get that boost, that mood boost from workouts, from training, which for me is essential. I really love training early in the morning. Even if it's a really short workout, I make sure that I get at least 1 per day. And for me, that's the best way to get started. And I'll make sure that my mood is right. I have energy. I'm energized. I'm more productive and all that. And the other thing I wanted to ask you about is what are your thoughts on running? I'm a big fan of sprints because speed is one of the things that you lose most really fast as you grow older. And I really find it important to work on that, work on your speed through running, through maybe doing some heavy back training, maybe anything basically that you can get, like a slam balls, like battle ropes, things like that help you maintain speed and power output.
Well, I do like running, and I do like sprinting. I think for older people, running uphill is much easier on your joints than on the flat or downhill.
Yeah.
So I always make sure I'm going uphill.
Me too.
I just found that my feet, ankles, and knees, feel a lot better if I do it that way. Now, people that already have a lot of arthritis or pain, they probably should do sprint work on a bike. I like the Schwinn Airdyne or the Assault bikes with the movement arm. I just think they're fantastic. A rowing machine's not bad, but I do like those Assault bikes because you're getting a push and a pull, while you're doing it. My sprint workout, I do it to 5 minutes, and it's about a 2.5 mile loop. Then I would run my first sprint, and I set a timer so that the research shows now that having a full recovery between sprints seems to be better than trying to, do them back to back.
Yeah.
So I'll set the timer for 3.5 minutes. And just as I get to the 3-minute mark, I'll run. And then my timer will go off after 30 seconds. So it's a 30-second sprint. And it vibrates on my wrist.
Yeah.
And then I immediately get down and I'll do a set of Hindu push-ups while I'm really fatigued. So I get that upper body component. So I'm running uphill, my legs are working really hard. And then right when like my lungs are about to burst, I'll get down and I'll do a set of Hindu push-ups, which is just tremendous stress in the body. And the reason I picked Hindu push-ups, I like that back mobility, stretching my calves, stretching my hamstrings, working spinal mobility, getting that up, down dog motion. But the arms, chest, and shoulders still get quite a workout. And then I will continue to walk. And then the next time we'll go walk. And it's really easy to forget how many sprints you did. It's crazy. But wait, was that 4 or was that 5?
Yeah.
I usually do 6. So I carry these little stones in my pocket, these little white stones.
Yeah.
Nice.
Smart.
And I'll put 6 in my left pocket. And each sprint, I'll take a stone out of my left pocket and put it in my right pocket.
That's a good system. When I train alone, I also have that problem. I was at 4 or 5. I'll also do that stone trick.
Yeah. Or you can use twigs or acorns or little rocks, And so I'll count my sets that way. And then, and then when I'm done, I'll just walk and do some stretching, which is really, really nice. So I usually get 6 sprints like that, but all uphill. Now, sometimes the course goes up and down. So if I'm going downhill and it's time for the sprint, I'll turn around and run back the way I came. So I'm always running uphill.
Nice. Yeah, great. I'm really happy to hear that, because it's pretty much the way I train as well, like 30-second sprints or 20 sometimes. 20 in the summer when it's more warm, 30 in the winter. And I love combining that with push-ups. That's great. I like to hear that you're also.
And the first 2 sprints are not all out. You know,
of course.
I mean, I run hard, but not, I hold back a little bit. But the last couple are pretty much all out. And then I still have a little bit of ways to go at the end, so, like I get like a little cool down. And before I do all this stuff, a lot of times I'll do my pull-ups. So I get some pulling in there.
Nice.
And I have a couple different devices outside. A real simple way to get pull-ups in. A lot of people don't have a bar. And it's shocking to me how many playgrounds don't have pull-up bars anymore.
That sucks here as well.
Very sad, It's like when I was a kid, there was pull-up bars everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Same problem here.
American kids are just too fat. They took them all out.
Parents are overprotective, and it's all about shielding kids nowadays. I think there's too much protecting. I mean, you need to fall, you need to hit your knee. And of course, I mean, I don't think that you don't have to wear no protection at all, as we used to do when I was young. But maybe a helmet is a good idea. But still, you need to fall down. You need to scrape your knee. I think that is an essential part of growing up and learning how to protect your body.
That's right. I 100% agree. Do you know what a 2x4 is?
No.
It's a board. It's like 2 inches by 4 inches. It's a common size used in the building trade. It's called a 2x4. I'm sure you probably have the metric equivalent of a 2x4 board. It's about that high and about that wide.
Yeah.
And what I did, I took a plane, and planed the top edge off so it's rounded, and I nail it between 2 trees. So you have a horizontal bar. It's perfect for doing pull-up.
Nice.
And I put these boards like all over the place during my walk.
Okay.
So there's always pull-up bars available. Pull-up board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the idea because I went to an old school gym in Norway, and they had these boards up against the wall of the gym, and then they would fold down from the wall with a support post, and it was a board for doing pull-ups. I never saw anything like it.
So you just nail these on the tree, or?
Yeah, big thick spike. A couple nails, and I have them spread throughout. I live in a 5-acre property, and I have them spread around.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll do pull-ups, and I do various pull-up routines. Sometimes I just do one set to failure.
Yeah.
Sometimes I will do the fighter pull-up program you've probably heard of. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, something like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do a ladder.
Yeah.
Recently, I just started playing around with the MCGILL pull-up program. Stuart McGill, the back pain guy.
Yeah, I know him.
He does like you create all this tension, and then you pull yourself up quickly and then lower down, and then go off the bar. And as soon as you start to slow down, you just stop.
Okay.
So you're doing single reps. I know it sounds really easy, but it's harder than it sounds, because you're creating tremendous tension at the bottom, and then you pull. It's almost like he claims to have really increased people's ability to do pull-ups using this system. Now, I had said at the beginning of the program that the goal shouldn't be the number and all that kind of stuff, but I still got a little bit of an ego. I was a military guy, I still like to know I can pass all the military tests. Basic. And nice. I do. I test myself with every military test. British SAS, Navy SEAL, the basic fitness requirement just to get in. I'm sure there's no way I could make it through the selection process anymore, but I could at least get into selection.
That's a nice goal. A nice way to set goals. One thing just
to know I could do it if I needed to do it, you know?
Okay, I'll take your word on that. I'm pretty sure. One thing you say in your article that I liked a lot is that, let me read it as it is. For healthy aging, there's no replacement. There's no replacing good strength training, but you have to stop thinking like a 20-year-old. Think of it as maintenance and tonic.
That's correct. I don't do any heavy lifting at all anymore. In fact, I sold my barbell. I had a barbell here. Not that I'm against weights. I think weights are fantastic. I just prefer body weight and going out in nature. Like the workout I told you about, the pull-ups, the sprints with the push-ups. I mean, that's a whole body workout. You don't need to do all the little muscle groups necessarily, although I work on my grip and my hands and my forearms quite a bit. Simple things. Plus I eat well. And of course, let's talk about sleep. Sleep is so important. Yeah. You're going to laugh, but I'm like grandpa. I go to bed around 8:30, but I get up really early. Yeah. I like to get things done in the morning, but I'll go to bed between 8:30 and 9. And I'll get at least 8 hours sleep every single night. And then I like to take a power nap in the middle of the day. And I listen to a theta brainwave meditation during my nap. I like this one person, Kelly Howe. She has a really nice, during the theta brainwave, it's music with this theta beat and your brainwave slows down. It's the same as just when you're first waking up or falling asleep. And that's when your subconscious mind is most open to programming. And then she has these really nice affirmations, that get put into your subconscious mind. Things for love and peace and, wealth and prosperity and, fulfillment, just really nice meditation. And I'll listen to that every day after lunch. Really good to keep your mind calm. And of course, I read uplifting books and I'm always prayer, meditation, this type of thing.
Great.
Really important for tranquil mind because, if a person's worried, I mean, nowadays, the news media just stirs people up so much that the clickbait articles, I try not to read news, by the way.
Me too. Nowadays,
I don't read the newspaper. I never listen to the news. First of all, they're lying.
Yeah.
They might not even know they're lying. I don't think the newscasters are necessarily evil, but it's all to get people scared and riled up.
Yeah.
And half the stuff's not even accurate.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff is being fed to them by, clandestine organizations like NSA, CIA. I mean, they're just feeding these reporters, basically only half the story.
Yeah.
Not even the full story. We don't really know what's going on anywhere, Before
we close, I would like to ask you some final tips. So a lot of people often they'll get elbow pain from pull-ups, shoulder pain from push-ups. As you said, I'm a big fan of working really technical, not stressing about reps. I do believe that calisthenics is the way to go as you grow older. I'm not against weights, but usually with when you're having a bad day, when you're having you need more of an ego boost, it's easily to mess up yourself, a lot easier at least to mess up yourself with heavy weights than it is with calisthenics. So what would you say are your top tips for staying in shape with calisthenics and avoiding all the classic injuries, elbow pain, shoulder pain, stuff like that?
Slow, high tension reps, not moving quickly. There's no reason to move explosively. There's this false idea that you're selectively recruiting fast twitch muscle fiber. You're not. You're only using slow twitch. Even with battling ropes, you're not using fast twitch muscle fiber. You're not. Slam balls, you're not using the fast twitch muscle fiber. So I like really slow, controlled, non-explosive movements. For elbow pain, we're gripping all the time. So I do this exercise every day with a rubber band and I hold it for time. to work the opposing muscle groups of my grip and my forearms. Wow, right now, the top of my forearm, and this will keep you from getting that pain in the inside of the elbow.
Yeah.
So I do this every day. I hold it isometrically. You could do repetitions.
Is that a specific band or just a
Nah, it's just a rubber band. This was on broccoli.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, they do make bands like that, but I just use a rubber band.
Yeah.
The other thing is hanging daily for the shoulders.
Yeah.
Fantastic. There's a guy that wrote a book called Shoulder Pain, Its Solution and Prevention.
Yeah.
It's Dr. John. He found that hanging gets rid of shoulder pain better than anything he ever did. And he was an orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah.
He stopped doing surgery. So daily hanging is really important.
I think he decreased surgery rates down to minus 80%, I think, just by hanging, most people.
Just by hanging, yeah. I have my 84-year-old mother-in-law hanging. I put a pull-up bar because her shoulders were bugging her. So I think it's really important to get up and move constantly, all throughout the day, even if you're forced to sit, you know, just getting up out of the chair and moving around. The shaking that I showed you, you know, the intuitive Qigong, some type of cold water treatment daily. A daily walk of a minimum of 30 minutes, but longer would be better. You know, you don't necessarily have to count steps, although I like to.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to stretch and do mobility work every day. We didn't talk much about that, but I think maintaining your ability to squat with a flat foot, very, very important, man. You don't want to lose your ability to squat and move.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of spinal mobility because you're only as old or young as your spine. So letting your spine getting all stiffened up, you got to be really careful. It's one reason I quit kettlebells. This kettlebell swings cause a lot of shearing force in the spine. Yeah. And I found my back was getting so stiff. I just stopped all that stuff, you know. It's just not that important to me. Getting sleep. You cannot lose body fat successfully if you're sleeping, if you're not getting enough sleep. And for you, the young guys listening, can't build muscle if you're sleep deprived. Sleep is everything. That's your primary recovery.
Yeah.
And for sure, get on a diet that is predominantly fresh produce, fruits, vegetables, you know, lean meats. There's nothing wrong with eating meat. There's nothing, you know, particularly healthful about veganism or vegetarianism. Yeah. If you're getting good quality meat, that is. I mean, if you're eating McDonald's burgers, yeah.
Sure. Processed meat and all that, yeah.
Yeah, no, unprocessed meat. Here I can get wild game like venison and, you know, bison and, you know, unprocessed like that. And maintaining a happy attitude through prayer, meditation, daily meditation. You know, try to love people. You know, love is the most powerful emotion, the most powerful force on the planet. And it's centered in the heart chakra. And you got to generate love for your fellow man and love. So that would be my tips.
This was great, Steve. I don't know if you want to add anything extra. I would like to you to let us know where people can find you. I'll include all the links below to your website, to the article I mentioned, to all the extra stuff.
Yeah, I'm MaxwellSC.com. Maxwell, the letter SC.com. I have tons of videotapes, and I do online consultations, Zoom sessions, webinars. I have my webmasters in Croatia, in Zagreb. A friend I met along my many travels, and I'm creating a new, like an inner circle, where people can join a monthly fee and get access to all my videotapes, every one I've ever made, and going back like 10 years, you know, more than that even. So they get free access to all those things, and I do they write in questions, and I do like a monthly Q&A video on things that are topics that people want to address or whatever. So that's something new for me.
Okay,
so
nice.
There's a contact on that website. So
great. Hey, I'll include everything below.
It was great talking to you.
Thank you so much for being once again on Bodyweight Muscle. Let's do this again in a few months, or maybe earlier, you know? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve. Take care.
All right. Thank you, Anthony.